Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I especially love vintage ornaments, and I was looking up different kinds of antique ornaments just on Pinterest, and Victorian ornaments really caught my eye and were interesting to me specifically because they were so DIY and crafty looking. So I decided to do an art history take on recreating kind of these vintage inspired Victorian style tinsel ornaments. I picked up some styrofoam baubles and sparkly pipe cleaners, and I also printed off two images of one of Van Gogh's self-portraits on 4x6 photo paper, and I flipped one of them in the reverse direction so that I could have one on the front, one on the back. That's not absolutely necessary, but I just thought it'd be cool to have an image on both sides and so that you could hang it either way. The first step is to cut out my portraits. Then we're going to start making our shaped base out of the pipe cleaners. It looks pretty cool to twist two colors together, so I have the silver and gold, and all I'm doing is taking both ends and continuously just alternating, folding one end under the other. And you want to alternate which color you're folding under rather than just wrapping one color all the way around, because this will ensure that your pipe cleaners end up even at the end. If you just wrap one around the other without alternating, then one of them will end up really long and the other one will come up short. So that's why I did it this way. It's pretty simple. Then I made a loop and twisted them together on the top, and you can curl the remaining ends under a little bit into a little spiral just to make it look more finished and decorative. I'm going to add a straight pipe cleaner in the middle to glue the portraits to so they have a little more support. They do overlap the oval a little bit, but just the more glue points you can have to secure it in place, the better. So I'm just wrapping it tightly along the top and bottom, and then with the extra, I'm making a little loop to function as a hanger. Then, just to make sure it's really secured, I'm looping the pipe cleaner around each side of the loop I made a couple times. Then you can clip off the extra. So then if you wanted, you could stop right here, but I want to make my base shape a little bit wider, so I'm actually going to add some additional curves in a silver on the side. You can also use pliers to twirl it into spirals, but I wanted to use my fingers for this demo just to show how you don't really need any additional tools. Your fingers work just fine for bending your pipe cleaners because they bend really easily. So this is a project definitely that kids could do as well without any issues. Now I'm going to go ahead and hot glue my portraits one on each side. If kids are doing this project, they definitely need help with the hot glue part, but anything else they'd be able to do themselves. They just need a little bit of assistance. Now it's time to embellish, so I'm also going to use the hot glue to attach some of these baubles now here and there. So these definitely modernized it a little bit. If you wanted to keep more with the vintage Victorian sort of style, you could definitely use things like pearl beads to have more of the look of the original style of the ornaments, but I kind of wanted mine to be a little bit more modern. I put the baubles on both sides, and so I strategically used them to kind of cover up also if there is any glue showing from the opposite side. Since the pipe cleaners are kind of thin, sometimes you could see little remnants of the hot glue, so that's what's nice about placing them on both sides. Now, since Van Gogh was very into painting nature, I also want to add some of these ribbon flowers. These are actually not from the dollar store. These were given to me by a friend that was cleaning out their craft closet, but they do carry things like this there, so they'd be easy enough to find. I want to keep with kind of my monochromatic theme I have going, so I think I'm going to use some of this gray blue and the silver ones, which will be absolutely perfect. If your florals have wired ends, you want to clip those off so that they're easier to glue down flat. Then you just hot glue them on just like I did with my styrofoam baubles, and that's really it. You're done. So this is a super easy craft, and like I said, great for all ages. I think you really could even do it with school glue or tacky glue and it would still all stick together. You just have to be a little more patient than I wanted to be today and do one side first and let it dry and then go to the other side. But if you didn't want to mess with the hot glue, I did mine famous artist themed, but you could use pictures of people you know, pictures of your family. I could see you doing an entire tree with these, with all different pictures of family members from over the generations. I think that would be really fun. And these can also definitely make great personalized gifts. So I hope this inspired you to maybe make some ornaments before the season is done. You don't have to be an artist or a person that crafts all the time to do things like this. So thank you so much for watching, and now go make something awesome.